out the podcasts of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader when the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. 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 Follow the leader.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Everybody lies. Let's just get that out the way. There are three primary ways in which people lie. The first way people lie is they just tell you a full-on lie. It's a completely fabricated story from beginning to end. That's one. Two, you get someone who gives you a lie sprinkled in with a little bit of truth, little bit of lie, little bit of truth. So it's almost kind of like this up and down journey in which you're trying to figure out what part's truth, what part's lie. The third way people lie, and it is bar none the most common way people lie, they lie by omission. I'm just not going to tell you about this part of the story. I will give you this portion, but I'm going to leave this portion out. The problem is when I leave this part of the story out, it changes the whole story.
Man, who was that? Does anybody know? Who was that lady? The voice of reason, you already know what it is. Zoe Williams back in the building. This is going to be a little triggering tonight, and I know. People don't like to be triggered, you know. But I think we should be. I think we should be triggered. And I also realize, and I'm starting to come to terms with this, it's a little destabilizing for me. Personally. But we live in a culture that really don't mess with intellect. Intellect is like cheesecake. They can only take a little bit of it. You know what I mean? They can watch and scroll drama and trauma and fighting and lies and messiness and what my daughter says, to clock it. They can follow all that kind of stuff until the cows come home. They can binge watch television shows. But when it comes to deep, meaningful content, it's like cheesecake. They can only have a slice of it, and then they got to sit it down. They can't gorge or binge on meaning. because meaning requires you to process. Whereas, all the other things, the aforementioned things, allow you to gorge and stuff yourself, right? It's tough to say that, but that's the culture we live in. The Voice of Reason, the show that's hell-bent on having the conversation you refuse to approach. Night in, night out, we're going to do it. And I got a topic tonight, man. I want you to sit back and I want you to get as comfortable as you possibly can, because you might not be able to get comfortable. Tonight's topic: in your relationship, possibly. Tonight's topic is called appropriate lies. When is it acceptable to constantly deceive your significant other? What? Yeah, we got a lot of people high and mighty. Moral absolutism. I don't never lie. I never lie. Wrong. Been lying to yourself since you were 4. What? It's okay for you to lie to yourself, but not to your partner? Come on. Let's get this work. Appropriate lies. When is it ever acceptable to consistently deceive your partner? Is it possible for a noble lie to exist? Listen to that. A noble lie. Is it possible for a noble lie to exist within relationships? And if so, what is the purpose of a noble lie? Can the truth ever be ignoble in the context of intimate relating? True or false, a lie can function as moral restraint, and the truth can function as moral negligence when currency evacuates responsibility and containment absorbs it. Because relationships do not fail from deception or honesty, but from the refusal to account for the cost of the revelation. Oh, nobody expected me to go there. 1-800-920-1580. What if the truth is too heavy to carry? Ooh, what if the truth is burdensome? What if a lie maintains the stability of the relationship? What? Zoe, what are you doing tonight? People don't want to have this conversation, but guess what? I know I'm talking to somebody. I know I'm talking to a couple right now that have things they have yet to say. Didn't the brother in the clip just mention omission as one of the effective lies we use consistently in our intimate relationship? Huh? We pretend this conversation lives between truth and lies, but it never has. It lives between capacity and collapse, between what we can know and what can be survived. Will your relationship survive the truth if the truth ever came out? That's what Jill Monroe just said. Can you handle the truth? That's what she just said. Huh? Between what can be known and what can be survived. Between what feels morally clean and what actually keeps human systems intact. Truth does not enter a vacuum. It enters bodies, nervous systems, attachment histories, unfinished developmental arcs. And the most dangerous lie we tell ourselves sounds like this: truth, by virtue of being accurate, must always heal. Is that the truth? 1-800-920-1580. Don't play with me tonight. 2026. Zoe Williams came to destabilize the world. Yeah, I know you have that moral absolutism as a plaque on your wall that says, I don't lie and I don't like liars, but been lying to yourself this whole time. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. I want to talk to you. Right? Gosh. Does the truth always heal, or can the truth destroy? When is it best to omit the truth for the sake of us? Did you hear? Do you see how I worded that? For the sake of us. Right? That belief has destroyed more relationships, more psyches, and more lives than deception ever could. Ooh. Because accuracy is not regulated. Accuracy does not pace itself. Accuracy does not ask whether the structure receiving it can hold the weight truth brings. Truth arrives whole and then walks away, leaving someone else to absorb the impact. And when that impact shatters a person or a bond, we call it growth and move on, morally intact, psychologically absolved. That is not integrity. One might call that evacuation. On the other side, we vilify lies as if they only exist to manipulate, dominate, or exploit. We refuse to admit the uncomfortable reality. Some lies actually work. What are they, Zoe? They stabilize. Do they, Zoe? Yeah, apparently. Lies can protect. They preserve life, function, and continuity when truth would detonate a system that lacks the capacity to integrate it. That does not make deception holy by any means. It makes it functional. How many are you in a functional lie right now that you call a relationship? How many of you are in a functional lie that you call a relationship? This is where the conversation becomes unbearable because it forces a reckoning. If a lie reduces panic, prevents collapse, maintains cooperation, and keeps a fragile system alive, on what basis do we condemn it without interrogating what truth would have destroyed? And if truth fractures trust, destabilizes identity, or overwhelms a nervous system beyond repair, on what basis do we celebrate it as a virtue? Ooh. The answer most people reach for, intent, fails immediately. Good intentions do not regulate bodies. Sincerity does not undo trauma. Moral conviction does not override biology. Ethics that ignores physiology or a physiological collapse into performance, that isn't a good thing either, right? Capacity. Capacity decides everything. Without internal competency, truth becomes a threat. Without self-awareness, truth becomes an identity assault. Without emotional regulation, truth becomes catastrophe. In those conditions, truth does not liberate. It is overwhelming. And insisting on it, anyway, does not make someone brave. It makes them irresponsible. But here's the second destabilization piece. The one no one wants to face. Lies extract payment. Every successful lie prevents a certain skill from forming. 1-800-920-1580. Every conflict avoided removes a training ground. Who wants to talk tonight? Every truth delayed increases the cost of truth later. Peace becomes dependency. Stability becomes fragility. Protection quietly turns into control. So neither side gets to stand clean. Truth without capacity fractures. You know you shouldn't have told the truth in that moment, because you knew that would hurt them. You knew that would break them. You knew they didn't have the capacity or the strength to carry what you had to give. Truth without capacity fractures. Lies without accountability ossifies. Both shape futures. Both incur debt. Both demand responsibility beyond ideology. This topic exists to destroy the fantasy that morality is linear. Uh-oh. How you a work in progress, but you're a moral absolutist? Huh? How are you flawed internally? Got wounds you neglect, but you're a moral absolutist. Do you see the incongruence? This topic is about right and wrong, right? It's merely living slogans that honesty equals care and deception equals harm, right? That's what we were taught. Reality does not work that way. Humans do not work that way. The real ethical question does not ask what is true or what is a lie. It asks, could the system hold what has arrived? And who stayed to pay the cost afterwards? When we come forward, the voice of reason gonna keep this fire lit. It's on fire already.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach? Transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal? Prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, KBLA delegation, you know what's better than laughing? Laughing while celebrating the legends who made us laugh in the first place. KBLA Talk 1580 is proud to present our annual Black History Month luncheon. And this year, we're honoring comedy greats, trailblazers who broke barriers, and funny bones at the same time.
You had to grow up early when we was growing up because your parents would send you to the store to buy. You was too young to buy. I want you to go to the store, get me a fifth of gin and a pack of cigarettes. Mama, I'm two. They ain't gonna let me have that. Here, take this note. You be a little boy walking down the street with liquor and cigarettes. And your neighbors be going, that's a good little boy right there.
We need a little levity right about now. So we're rolling out the red carpet for comedy royalty. D.L. Hughley, Melanie Camacho, Earthquake, Lunel, Dion Cole, Martin Lawrence, and a surprise guest appearance. It's going up Thursday, February 26th in downtown LA at the Grammy Museum. An unforgettable afternoon of stories, celebration, and yes, plenty of laughs. Because let's be real, these legends don't just tell jokes. They have changed the game, opened doors, and made history while making us smile.
You gotta go to child support court. You gotta get there real early in the morning. You see brothers going into court. You see them come out 3 hours later. I can't pay this. Let me talk to you, baby. Please, let me talk to the witness, Your Honor. Let me talk to the witness. Brother be working for 3 weeks, get his check is $43.
This year, for the first time ever, we have set aside a limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon. They are going to go fast. fast, and when they're gone, they're gone. So, if you want a single ticket, or if your company or organization wants to sponsor a table, move swiftly and get to KBLA1580.com right now. All these comedy giants in one room, on one stage, at the same time? Stop it! This event is going to sell out quicker than right now and sooner than at once. KBLA Talk 1580's annual Black History Month luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. It's gonna be legendary, just like them.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
You got to laugh the pain away.
You know you want some more. More. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The reason that people lie and the reason they remain silent is because they think that things will be easier for them and better, at least in the short term.
Come
but
on.
The psychological literature on this is pretty damn clear. I think clearer than any other element of the clinical psychology literature, which is that you avoid things that stand in your way, that frighten you, at your great peril. If you cower from them in silence, or you turn away seeking security even, or even sensible security, you violate the principle of your own strength. And if you violate the principle of your own strength, you become weak. And if you're weak, there is no security. The reason that people...
No, let it play
and the
again.
reason they remain silent is because they think that things will be easier for them and better, at least in the short term. But the psychological literature on this is pretty damn clear. I think clearer than any other element of the clinical psychology literature, which is that you avoid things that stand in your way, that frighten you, at your great peril. If you cower from them in silence, or you turn away seeking security even, or even sensible security, you violate the principle of your own strength. And if you violate the principle of your own strength, you become weak. And if you're weak, there is no security.
That was Dr. Jordan Peterson. I had to play it twice. He said it all in a nutshell. So when you guys, we're building on these topics. When I said, guess who you need to be with? You need to be with a disruptor, somebody that will disrupt your pattern. Many of you live in a vessel, right, that cannot handle the truth. Tapped in, Nikki from the SIP on the KBLA YouTube page. She said sometimes the vessel is not capable of holding the truth. Well, if the vessel is your relationship, you didn't know you were in a relationship with an ethical lie. If we're listening to what Jordan Peterson is saying, we tend to avoid, right, the things that might be difficult, the things that might be hard, right? Like having a real conversation about what we really want, who we really are, who we are together. Why are we together? When we start having like real conversations, most people are afraid of the intimacy that is involved in having that kind of conversation. Do you see? This is deep. The real ethical question again does not ask, what is true or what is a lie? It asks, can the system hold the truth that has arrived? And who's going to stay and pay the cost of that truth afterwards? When you hear me say, y'all don't know how to be with an adult human being who is a work in progress, who comes from a family system that scraped his spirit up, just like the family system scraped your spirit up, right? We come in with our challenges. We tend to try to protect those wounds. We try to suppress those wounds. We don't really want to deal with the wounds. We want our partners, right, to supplement and you know, ignore the wounds with me. You ignore your wounds, I'll ignore my wounds. But it's an environment that's highly reflective. How many of you are in a relationship that can handle the truth of each other? Or do you guys have a system of ethical lies holding the relationship together? The question that changes everything. It humbles the truth teller. It restrains the liar. It forces adulthood into the conversation. And that is the win. Right? Come on, who wants that? Who wants a real relationship with the real reality of themselves and their partner? I know this is deep, man. This is deep. People don't want it. I want you to want it. When we come forward, we go into the phone lines because people want to talk, and I want to talk to them. Let's go.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. President Trump says his administration has accomplished more in 1 year than any in history.
What we've done with growth is incredible. We created super high economic growth.
Speaking at the White House, Trump pointed to lower gas prices, stock market records, easing inflation, and tariffs he says are bringing jobs back to the U.S. Hundreds of voting rights activists marked MLK Day at the Mississippi Capitol, unveiling the Robert G. Clark Jr. Voting Rights Act, named for the state's first black lawmaker since Reconstruction. The bill aims to stop voter intimidation, protect black voting strength, and create an independent voting rights commission. And the founders of Denver's MLK Parade say they will not march next year. Former Denver Mayor Willington Webb and his wife Wilma announced the decision during the event's 40th anniversary, with Webb saying the focus must move beyond celebration to action on issues Dr. King championed. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out.
Believe it.
Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader. Oh my God. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Women to get you mind. Plenty good wasted time, but it just took 5 minutes when I saw your face again. Fall in love all over. I guess with you I'll never win. March was a cold one. In more ways than one. Went down to the nightclub.
We've built a culture where the question is no longer can you love, it's will you cheat. That's how shallow we've gotten. People are terrified of betrayal, but perfectly comfortable with emotional starvation. Nobody's afraid of being unseen, untouched, unheard, just unfaithful. Because apparently as long as they don't touch somebody else, they can neglect you in peace. And it leads me to think, what type of world is this where people don't even recognize when the love dies as long as the image stays alive? And it's ironic because we've gotten comfortable in this world grieving the absence of connection while worshiping the appearance of commitment. But let me give you perspective. Most people don't fear being cheated on. They fear realizing they've never actually been chosen. Because come on, the real heartbreak is never being cheated on. It's staying somewhere that your soul already left. Then you flip it and you say, maybe this culture is obsessed with cheating because that's the only type of pain that comes with evidence. And with victimhood being the new spotlight, the new pitch is to make people feel like they're saving you. Now the goal isn't love, it's narrative control. If it goes wrong, at least you get to be the one who was wrong. Because heartbreak isn't something to heal from anymore. It's now a marketing plan. But it does make you wonder, who decided that infidelity was the ultimate sin and not everything that happens before it? And if cheating is the worst thing we can imagine, what does that say about how little we expect from love?
Who in the... who was it? The fire that was delivered. That was Javon Cross out here cooking. What safety net lie is currently maintaining your relationship? See, I know I'm going to keep coming back to that question because I know you don't want to answer it. I know you don't want to deal with it. Right? There's a lie detector test, right? What if there was a truth detector test that could monitor or prove how much of the truth is in you? While you claiming to be in love. While you claiming to be 10 toes down. What if there was a truth detector test for intimate relationships? What lies are stabilizing your love life? Stabilizing the ship? The lies you tell yourself, right? How could you be in full self-revolt while still dedicated to somebody else? There's a full rebellion going on, a psycho-spiritual civil war going on in your spirit, but you 10 toes down with this person. Yikes. You're listening to the Voice of Reason, only on KBLA, exclusively on KBLA. We have the real conversations about love that no one wants to talk about. Everybody wants to talk about the lightweight stuff. Right? You know, you got too much, what's that Beijing on? You got the Jim Hill Beijing package. It ain't, or your eyelashes is as long as my forearm. They have those types of conversations, right? Do you want kids? Yeah, kid. Hey, let me tell you something. Kids are mirrors, man. And if your significant other can't reflect the truth of who you are, them kids gon' damn sure reflect that truth if you mess around and create that relationship. Tonight's topic, man. We're talking about the lies we tell. And not only the lies we tell, the lies that actually maintain the relationship. How truth could destabilize the relationship. How truth could destroy the relationship. Actually, truth is the destroyer in this case. Oh, yeah. We got callers on. Let me get a caller in. John, Mountain View, Hawaii. Long time no hear from, brother. I already know, John. I'm going to have to get out of John's way because he going to cut up. I already know John is going to cut up. John, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Greetings and blessings to all within the sound of my voice, and I apologize profusely for my services not being rendered to the voice of reason.
Oh, man, it's all good. You know we love you, brother.
Bruh, but it's been work, it's been busyness, it's been life. But
it's been life.
Let's get into the subject.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into the subject because, again, if we're actually living, you want to deal with the lie outside of you or the one you tell yourself every day?
Well, it's easier to deal with the lie outside of us, right? That's what most folk do. I've done it. I've run away from the work internally in order to fix that lie, outside. Because there I can try to gain some kind of control. I've lied to myself before, John. I ain't gonna lie to you now.
Well, no one needs to tell the outside lie or the outside truth because, again, either one of those is still the lesson in the university of you.
Right. Agreed.
But commonly speaking, the conversation we probably really need to have is almost like the arguments we have outside of ourselves. We just recently went through the Corey Holcomb, what's that other dude's name, Anton Daniels situation?
Yes.
The argument that took place between those two. Mm-hmm. Again, you got a grown man with, as you were just saying earlier, alluding to the Beijing on his or in his beard, but he's a millionaire.
Okay.
You can accept the millions that you make, but you can't accept the gray on your face.
Oh, okay. We tied it in.
And also on the other side of the spectrum, because again, Corey, another millionaire, self-made man, for the streets, by the streets, and the blessing from the streets. Yet at the same time, he don't want to go through another court session. And that's the reason why he didn't spring up and beat the snot out of that little dude.
Okay.
And both of these jokers was lying to each other in the midst of that process. It's not a brand, it's you.
I hear you.
So again, if we're talking about the human being that we really need to deal with, it is within. And if you can't bring your spine to the room, you probably shouldn't be in it.
Oh, hold on. There we go. Wait, hold on, Pastor John. Are you saying? Hold on. Hey, Andy, hold on. Pastor John done detonated a hand grenade in the. Hey, man, I need a praise break, Pastor. What in the world? Are you telling me there's people in relationships without a spine?
Sir, the first spinal issue had something to do with the hurt you had in your own home.
Uh-oh.
Because when somebody had to stand there in their hurt, wanting somebody to rescue them from it, who came?
Wait, stay right there. Stay right there. Deacon. No, don't put him on. I want to open up the doors of the church. I want you to come down to the altar. If you are in a spineless relationship, the pastor and I, we want to wrap our arms around you. Church, close the door. Close the door. Ushers, close the door. If you're in a spineless relationship where the truth ain't in you or her, my, Pastor John, I want you to lay hands on each one of them when they come down here. You understand? Spineless relationships where the lie is maintaining the life of the interaction. Talk to me, Pastor John.
Well, let me bring nuance to the conversation. First and foremost, if we're not looking at our own two-faced selves.
Woo.
Let's start there. One, there's the animus and the anima of both of them.
Come on, Carl Jung. Let's go.
If you haven't had that marriage take place yet, you haven't accepted the real you. That's why you're looking for everything outside of you to take care of the things you have yet to end. So you've been lying to yourself the whole time. I come into the mind of KRS-One, yet it's not the lyrics that he said, it's just the two. Follow me. The girls look so good, but their brains are not ready, right?
Yes.
I changed the words. The words are free, but your behavior costs something.
Wait, you hid me right now. Hold on. Are you telling me that lying to yourself, if you got two people in a relationship that's lying to themselves, those lies that they tell themselves could actually serve as a stabilizer that bonds the two people and makes the bond stronger and keeps them together? Is that what you're saying to me, Pastor John?
Sir, full demonstration. We celebrate the birth of children in unwed families who happen to be taking pictures with the woman and the child or the pregnancy, but where's the man at?
Okay. Stay right there. Stay right there. The flames have... just hold tight, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to join the Voice of Reason tonight, the conversation is getting heated all the way from Lava Land, Hawaii. You already know what it is. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we're going to get the final thought from John Gilbreth II.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I don't know. It's just a thing with me, you know. If I see something that I like, I have to go for it. And I like what I see, baby. Come here. I got real bored on a Friday night. I couldn't find a damn thing to do. So I pulled out a suit about the same color as my BMW. I drove to the party and I stepped on in just to see what I could see. Everybody knew what I was looking for. I was looking for some company. That's right. Check out. Checking everything inside. And you know that. Talking about check out. I got the cash, I got the ride. Oh no. Got to make some love tonight. And you know I got the look. I saw a real fine thing sitting by the bar. She looked kinda all alone. So I slid on over and I asked her name. The Stella was bad to the bone. I showed her my stash and I kissed her cheek. The only kind of rap it takes. She knew I was bad when I jumped into my ride. She said, how much money do you need? Let's just say it more money
I do not know if you have noticed this in yourself, how your daily life is based on this extraordinary principle of fear and pleasure. And therefore one is trying to dominate the other. And from this arises this endless conflict. Is it possible to live a life without this constant struggle? To really understand this, you have to see what your life is first. That it is a struggle, that it is terribly frustrating, painful. Be aware of that. Don't escape from, don't run away from what you see. Don't try to explain it, but stay with what actually is, that you are struggling, that there is battle going on inside yourself. To be different.
Listen, I know you're tired of him. I know you're like, oh, here comes Zoe's little favorite Indian guru dude. He always calling on the Indian guru dude to back him up. His little Indian Debo come in with his philosophical, spiritual breakdown. I know y'all tired of him. But he just explained in this clip that we just heard your incentive for lying to yourself. Don't you know we're fundamentally attached, fundamentally dependent? And whenever there's a threat that we're going to lose something, whether it's control, whether it's acknowledgement, validation, again, we will lie as human beings. It's a survival, evolutionary survival strategy. People don't want to hear it, but I'm telling you the truth. I want to get John Gilbert back in here. John, you got 3 minutes to give me your final thought. I'm going to get out your way.
I don't need 3. Just give me 2 seconds.
There you go.
Love yourself.
Wow.
Period. End of discussion. Blessings to all. Love you all. Love you too, sir. And we will talk soon.
Yes, sir. John Gilbreth from Mountain View, Hawaii. If you want to join the conversation, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. David Livingstone Smith, right? He wrote a book called Why We Lie. It's a dense read, but it's a good read. David Livingstone Smith. The book he wrote is called Why We Lie. It dismantles the fantasy that deception functions as a moral anomaly, right? He frames lying as an evolved social technology, one that emerges whenever truth threatens coordination, survival, or relational stability. Many of us don't even have the time or patience to listen to this conversation because we're so adverse to what we've been taught about what a lie is. But when you hear it from this framework, lying as an evolved social technology, one that emerges whenever truth, right? Everybody claims to be so virtuous, so honest, and such a hater of lies when in fact they've been lying this whole damn time. It's their number one strategy. Because when you're attached, you're in control mode because you don't want to lose what you're attached to. So listen to how it's framed, right? One that emerges whenever truth threatens coordination, survival, or relational stabilities, right? Stability. Humans did not evolve to tell the truth at all costs. Humans did not evolve to tell the truth at all costs. They evolved to manage appearances, regulate social bonds, and navigate competing interests inside fragile cooperative systems. Who wants to tell the truth tonight for real? When I come forward, if you thought I just got started, you'd be wrong.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. President Trump says his administration has accomplished more in 1 year than any in history.
What we've done